All right, good afternoon. I'm sitting with Mouseketeer and her companion, Vento, who's relaxing right now. So Mouseketeer, where are you from?
I'm originally from Queens, New York City.
Okay. And when did you start your through hike?
I started it on August 25th last year, but I actually ended up taking a couple of unintended stops of like 2 weeks and then 3 weeks for a broken fibula when I fell down the Wildcat Mountains in New Hampshire, just before arriving in Gorham, New Hampshire. So that took me out 3 weeks, and then it was too cold.
Oh, so you didn't go
Yeah,
back.
I had to wait until August 25th to start because I was working, and
Right.
I was in the process of quitting the job,
Okay.
or
Right.
you could say semi-retirement.
Right.
And so
And when did you come back on trail this year?
3 weeks ago in Vermont.
In Vermont. Okay. Well, that's cool.
And I'm trying to do a steady amount of miles, like at least 15 a day. I'm trying to work my way up to 25 days so I can make it back to New York by the time my daughter gets married in mid-July.
Oh, well, okay. That's good. That's a good goal. So let me ask you, why the AT? Why are you doing this? For what reason?
Well, first of all, I'm like an extreme sports enthusiast in the sense that like I was always a member of a running club, and I love hard challenges. But also I ran a lot of marathons in the past, and I decided, I should do something a little bit easier on my body. I didn't know that the Appalachian Trail was hard. I didn't know it was hard on my knees. I had no idea it was so hard on my knees. I thought, oh, this is going to be easier on my knees than running. But no, it's but the funny thing is, like, as you hike, everything builds up. Like, your body meets you where you're at. So like if you need more muscle, your body gives you more muscle. And I thought that wasn't going to be possible because now I reached age 60, and I thought, oh, I'm too old. But no, your body still builds up. Your body still builds up while you're doing a tough physical challenge, which is amazing to find out. I'm like really.
Now, do you feel you have your trail legs yet?
I just started getting them.
That's what I figured.
Like about after I lost them. I started and stopped a couple of times, and now I'm just starting to get them back, like to a point where I could hike 20 and be okay.
Right, that's great. Good. If you had to give a new hiker a tip, what would be one tip you can give a new hiker since you've been out here on this experience?
I guess well, I say mantras while I'm hiking. It gets me through. There's like a certain period, like you're like all ready to go in the morning, and then after 2 hours, you're like, I have another 6 hours, because you got to do 8-hour days minimum when you go on these through hikes. So how do you get through that? It's like a mental. It's like sometimes it's even harder mentally than physically. So I have stuff, like I go through stuff. Like I go through mantras or songs or lists. I have something going on in my mind while I'm hiking, so that it's not just, I know it's nice to just be peaceful and one with everything, but sometimes I'm not peaceful one. Sometimes I'm like working on something in my mind to kind of, and then the time flies.
Right. Yeah. Okay. No, thank you. I appreciate that. So how's it been hiking with Vento?
He's a good sport. He's a good sport, but he kind of is like a reality check for me, because he's like, do you really want to hike another 2 hours? Do you really want to do that? Like, he'll look around like this, and especially if it's cold, he'll be like, he'll tell me with his body language that maybe I'm pushing it too far.
Right. Okay. That's great. He looks great. He does. He really does. And you told me he got a porcupine got him today.
God, yeah, he was. I let him loose because he's such a friendly dog. I actually trained him to be friendly with all dogs and all people when he was a puppy. So I don't have to, worry about him being aggressive or anything, but I let him ahead of me a little bit, like he'll maybe be a 20 feet ahead of me, and then sometimes that's not in time for a snake or something else. So what happened was this morning, I only saw it after it was already happening. He was chasing something moving. It looked like a skunk. No, it was a porcupine. I yelled out. He turned around with a very sad face and walked towards me. He had about 12 quills in his mouth. It was actually, I had to pull 3 right out. They like went into his gums and his teeth. There were like 3 of them here, and he was trying to like lick it, and then he had like another 9, at least 9 here, and I had to get a tweezers to pull it out, and my hands were too frozen.
Because it was cold?
Because it was freezing this morning. It must have been like below 40 with the wind chill factor. I couldn't bend my fingers, so I had to first I had to warm up my hand. Then I had to get the tweezers out, pull them out one by one. I just thank God, I was like thanking God that I managed to
he came through.
To get all the quills out. And then it was as if nothing happened.
You're very fortunate. He's very fortunate.
I put medicine on it, and
he looks good. He's just a little tired.
Yeah,
he's resting.
It was an event. It was definitely an event that can happen. Cool. Another time we came across, it sounded like a rattlesnake, but it was all black.
So it was a black snake.
It was about 4 foot long.
Black snake.
Somebody told me it was a timber rattlesnake.
Oh really?
But it could have been just a black snake.
It could have been a black snake.
Black snakes, like this one was going, and he was moving his tail like a warning on the side. So that luckily he was scared of it.
Okay, good. That's good. Yeah. Well, thank you for visiting with me today, and Mouseketeer, I wish you the best on your journey.
Thank you.
Thanks.